primary school head teachers locally and abroad. KEPSHA must be a voice that influences policy and decision making at both county and national levels. A call to unity and strength. As we lay our beloved chairman to rest, let us not mourn his departure, but instead let's celebrate the remarkable legacy he has left behind. Let us honor his vision by working together to build a KEPSHA that truly serves its members. Let us remain united, resilient, and focused on the mission he so passionately pursued. To the KEPSHA family, this is our moment to stand together, to push forward the agenda of head teachers and cement KEPSHA's place as a strong and influential body in Kenya's education system. Rest in peace, our beloved brother Johnson Musyoka. Your dreams will remain with us, and we will work tirelessly. We will work tirelessly to make them a reality. May God bless KEPSHA. May God bless all of us. May God bless our country, Kenya. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And at this juncture, allow me also to recognize Dr. Maurice from Kemi.
Let's recognize the presence currently of Dr. Maurice Odonto, CEO Kemi, and the chairperson Kemi Council, Dr. Mercy Keroro. They are present. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that reminder, Honour Treasurer. I also want to recognize the presence of a former chairman whom I worked under them. Remember, I was Kijana Wamkono by then. Mr. Karuga, I can see you around. Mr. Azimio, are they still around? They've already left. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me now to usher in our NAT SD briefly. Immediately after our NAT SD, we will allow Honorable Babu to take over the program for the next session. Invite whomever you wish to from the political side. Unajua ikifika kwa wanasiasa wanababu, mheshimiwa, hiyo ni line yako. Mimi sijui hata protocol itaanza namna gani, unless my brother teaches me to become one. Alikuwa anapigania kiti, lakini sijui ilikuwaje, atatuelezea. Karibu bwana SD.
Thank you, National Chairman, KEPSHA. Your Excellency, the former Vice President of the Republic of Kenya, Mheshimiwa Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, Waheshimiwa Bwana Mwathe, Mheshimiwa Babu Owino, former CS ndugu yangu Eugene Wamalwa, Teacher Service Commission Chairman, Director KICD, your counterpart Kise has just left. The leadership of KEPSHA, Donholm School community, of course now my national chairman, Kenya National Union of Teachers, and the national steering. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. God is good all the time. This is Kenya National Union of Teachers, led by the national chairman, Patrick Karinga Munuhe. Thank you so much, Patrick. The first vice national chairman, Malel Langat. The deputy secretary general, Hezbon Otieno. The assistant secretary general, Rosalia Mkanjala. Deputy national treasurer, Kennedy Ondie Kinyamwanda, Mercy Kiambati, the first vice woman representative, second national woman representative, my sister Mercy Ndungu. Nairobi branch here is led by Mugwe Masharia, the chairman and the treasurer, retired but not tired, former Secretary General, Kenya National Union of Teachers, asante sana, NDC member, Jeno Chwedo. I think I've introduced all of you. The order in this union is that you are directed by the Secretary General to go and sit. Thank you, National Chairman. In the interest of time, I have a few just 2 or 3 statements to make about Musyoka. I know my time will be there on Friday, and I'll say much about him. Briefly, I want to say that the teachers of this republic have lost a visionary, a competent leader, committed to his work. One person who would have taken capture and heads of this republic in primary institutions far and wide. My brother Musyoka is one person who remained to stand with Kenya National Union of Teachers those days when this great union was collapsing. Every other person left us alone. But I must say here and now that the late Musyoka stood with us. Then he was a vice chairman, a great pillar to the sitting trade union, which is Kenya National Union of Teachers. I've just been reminded that Kupet is here. Kupet, where are you? You can wave. I want to recognize you. Thank you so much. Asante sana Kupet. Katibu asante. The death of this gentleman has not only broken the hearts of the membership of this great union, Kenya National Union of Teachers, but has suddenly brought to a stop that great friendship that existed between the chairman of KEPSHA and the entire leadership of KEPSHA. That long protracted friendship that was between us is gone. It is gone in this pillar. My great friend Musyoka, we can remember him as a union for having taken the big step forward in the Presidential Working Party education reforms. He stood forward, and that is why grade 7, 8, and 9 was domiciled in comprehensive schools. Courtesy of this big man, the man we are laying to rest on Friday. I said, and I want to repeat, when you are all left alone, being fought from all quarters, Musyoka stood with us. The harmony that we now enjoy between KEPSHA, Kenya National Union of Teachers, and the entire teaching fraternity is courtesy of this great man. We shall never forget that chairman, I wish they were here, chairman of KEPSHA before Musyoka, later protracted the enmity between the union and the leadership of KEPSHA. I cannot hide that. And KEPSHA always became a trade union. But the coming in of Musyoka brought in harmony, and we can now work seamlessly with a lot of peace for the benefit of teachers in this republic. I'll say much more on Friday. I'll read my speech and eulogy on Friday. That is why I'm just speaking off the cuff. This great man will never be forgotten by this giant union, and especially when he took the leadership of KEPSHA. Here and now, I want to appeal to the rest. God, you know that, the acting chairman, continue with the peace that this gentleman brought in the teaching fraternity. Forget about the animosity that was brought in by others who are not here today. We shall continue to mourn this great man. May the Almighty God rest his soul in eternal peace and tranquility.
And identify the challenges facing schools. Of course, top of it is the funding, the capitation. Then there is the challenges of the CBC. And we started strategizing on how the two organizations are going forward to consult and solve these problems as one team. We were to meet again this February at the end, but unfortunately then he passed on. So as members of KEPSHA, we want to appreciate KEPSHA and the chairman because of the willingness that had already been expressed to start working together. And because of time, just let me read the tribute on behalf of the Kenya Secondary School Heads Association. On behalf of the Kenya Secondary School, tribute to the late Mr. Johnson Musyoka, HSC. On behalf of the Kenya Secondary School Heads Association, KEPSHA, and on my own behalf and that of my family, I would like to extend our deepest condolences to the family, friends, colleagues, and the students, both the former and the current, of the late Johnson Musyoka, who until his untimely passing served as the chairman of our sister association, KEPSHA. Mr. Musyoka's tragic demise in a road accident, which happened on 16 February 2025, is an immense loss to the entire education community. He was not only a dedicated educator for 39 years, but also a visionary leader who tirelessly advocated for the rights and welfare of the African child. As a head teacher for 24 of those years, his influence was felt far and wide within the education sector. His recent contributions as a member of the task force on education reforms exemplified his unwavering commitment to shaping the future of education in Kenya. I had the honor of hosting Mr. Musyoka at the International Confederation of Principals Convention last August in Mombasa, where Kenya proudly played host. His wisdom, still the guidance and brotherly camaraderie will be sorely missed by all who had the
Then forget those whom we are supposed to serve in such a way that when we are put in coffins, we forget that we'll never die, start abducting our children, brothers and sisters, and kill them. So, ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, Kalonzo the Sixth. Your Excellency Eugene Wamalwa, the family of Mr. Musyoka, Mheshimiwa Senator Enoch Wambua, Mheshimiwa Mawathe Julius from Embakasi South, my immediate neighbor, very hardworking member of parliament, members of parliament who are present here, Ministry of Education officials present, Teacher Service Commission fraternity, KEPSHA family, KEPSHA members, members of the clergy, the Board of Management, Donholm Primary School, teachers who are present today, parents and learners, good afternoon. God is good, and all the time. I'm taking this opportunity to welcome you to Embakasi East constituency. This is the best constituency in this country, as was ranked by Infotrack. I want to take this opportunity to welcome a few leaders, and please, if you're given a minute, let it be a minute. So the first leader is Honorable Joshua Kimilu, MP Kaiti constituency. Please come and condole with the family and friends of Mr. Johnson Madeka Musyoka.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. All protocol observed. My name is Joshua Kimilu, Member of Parliament, Kaiti constituency. I give my condolences to the family and friends who are here. And I want to say that I know as teachers fraternity, we have lost, and we just pray God to fix what has happened. And today, what I can say is that Babu, Owino, we are together in the Parliament and other members of Parliament who are here. And Your Excellency Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, as you condole with the family, you know that teachers in Kenya are suffering. So when you take the leadership of this country, make sure that you fix the problem with the teachers. Thank you very much. May God bless you.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa. I want to take this opportunity to recognize members of the County Assembly from across the country. Karibu Embakasi East, and thank you for condoling with us. Mheshimiwa Thaddeus Zambia, rafiki yangu sana, engineer, all the way from Kilome, to be followed by Mheshimiwa Joyce Kamene. Naweza songa tu karibu kidogo Mheshimiwa. Machakos County, Member of Parliament. Karibu Zambia.
Thank you very much, my colleague, Babu Owino. All protocol observed. Because of interest of time, because I can see people are a bit tired, I want to take this moment to condole with the family of Mr. Musyoka. We got the sad news following the tragic accident, and let me say we are going to pray for you, the family of Mr. Musyoka. I know we have lost a very senior and organized Kenyan citizen. Mr. Babu Owino, being my colleague, asante sana kwa kufanyia watu wa Embakasi kazi mzuri. Because of interest of time, as I had said, Honorable Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, because you will get the opportunity to serve from 2027 as the president of this country, consider fixing the problem of payslips. Kenyans are suffering, including all civil servants, all teachers, and everyone in this country. May God bless you as attendance.
Asante Mheshimiwa. Mheshimiwa Joyce, to be followed by rafiki yangu sana, the economist, Mheshimiwa Mheshimiwa Makali.
Riding on the protocols observed. My name is Joyce Kamene Kasimbi, Machakos County Member of Parliament, and I would like to bring my sincere, heartfelt condolences to the family of Johnson Musyoka, friends, pupils of Donholm, all the teachers, and say on behalf of Machakos County, where he comes from, and precisely Masi Ward, Poleni Sana, we have lost a great man indeed. But because the good Lord does not make mistakes, I am sure he will replace him. And to the family, to the young wonderful children and the wife, May the God give you grace and comfort to move on and hold the family strong. You are with us in prayers. Being a politician, I know this is not a place to do politics, but I know as a country we are hailing. But we have one of our own, a great leader of this country, the 6th, Dr. Stephen Kalonzo. You can read the mood of the people. Mine is we pray and stand with you, that you may never again embarrass a country like Kenya the way it is going on right now. That you will change things around, and by the grace of God, the leaders such as Owino can hold you, and the other leaders from Kambani and the rest of the country, and do His Excellency proud and do the citizens proud. I'm happy because when we become leaders and we forget those that brought us to positions. May that never happen again from 2027. Asanteni sana.
Huyu mheshimiwa ako very active in bunge, kila wakati anaongea huko, anatetea wananchi. Sasa tuko hapa na chief economist Mheshimiwa Makali Mulu, all the way from Kitui Central. Before aongee, kuna gari KDE 5.
Sincere condolences to the family members, the extended family and the friends of Johnson. Extended family and the friends of Johnson. When we got the information about the passing on of Johnson, as a country, we do agree that we lost a great man. And all the tributes which have been said by many people, we can confirm that, and even the attendance of this burial. So, Kenyans, we've lost. But the good thing is that we still have other more Kenyans to continue serving. As Babu has said, I'm an economist by training, and I do comment a lot on economic issues. And in time we do analyze the Kenyan economy. All the sectors are facing serious challenges, but two of them are facing excess challenges. That is the health sector and the education sector. You'll agree with me that these two sectors are also the social sectors in this country. And if you don't fix them, you're not likely to realize even the so-called economic growth, because they are the foundation of any economy. So I will be pleading with the leadership of Kenya Kwanza and all the key stakeholders, more so in the education sector, that please, we must fix the problems of the education sector, cutting across from primary school to secondary school, all the way to the university. And unless we do that, we won't have the kind of Kenya we would want to have in future. With those many remarks, you've heard that Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka is here. We are praying for you so that you take over the leadership of this country, and not after a long time, but after only 2 years, if not earlier. And my plea to you, Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka, is that when you assume the leadership of this country, may we not see the kind of challenges this country is facing. The young people are crying, the elderly are crying, and those who are crying most are the salaried Kenyans. The pay slips have gone to negative, and now people are in arrears even in terms of loans, and then other engagements in terms of what they've taken to pay based on the salary, on the pay slip. So those many remarks, may the soul of Johnson rest in eternal peace, and may God bless our country, Kenya. Amen.
Asante sana mheshimiwa. Next is Mheshimiwa Julius Mawadhe, MP Embakasi South constituency. Huyu mheshimiwa anatushughulikianga sana hapa. Saa zingine hata akiona barabara zangu zikiwa mbovu hapa na niambia hebu chunga ile barabara na ninafanya. Asante sana. Huyu mheshimiwa ndiye anatuconvene hapa Nairobi kama members of parliament. Karibu.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Babu Owino. Ningependa kutoa risala zangu za rambirambi kwa familia ya Johnson Musyoka, hasa sana kwa mkewe na watoto wake. Mtu anapokuwa na kigogo kwenye nyumba huwa mara mengi haonekani kana ni kigogo mpaka atoke hapa nje, mpaka haone wakati kama huu ambapo huu umati umekuja kuomboleza na nyinyi kama familia yangu. Mimi nilisema jana kwamba kwenye harambe, and by the way nawashukuru wale tulikuwa nao jana KICC, mlifanya kazi nzuri sana ya kusimama na familia ya bwana Musyoka. Musyoka mimi nilikuwa simjui in person, ni kumsikia tu. Sifa zake ni kubwa kumshinda yeye. Sikubahatika mimi kukutana na yeye, lakini kazi aliyoifanya mmesikia sifa zake hapa kwa wale ambao wanafanya naye kwa kazi ya karibu. A great man, a great husband, a great father, a great head teacher, a great Kenyan. We surely will miss him. Kando na hayo pia kuna propaganda zimeanza kuenea jana. Kuna propaganda kuhusu uhusiano na watu wengine ambao ulianza kutokea tangu jana. Wanaokwenda kupoteza huwa wanaanza kutetemeka na kupapatika na kutaka kuharibia wale wengine majina yao. Nataka kuuliza hivi, ukichukua nusu glasi ya maji masafi na uchukue nusu glasi ya maji machafu yanayotoshana, je, ukichanganya utapata nini? Maji machafu. Kalonzo Musyoka ni msafi. Kalonzo Musyoka amesimama na watu. Kalonzo Musyoka alisimama na vijana. Kalonzo Musyoka amesimama na walao ambao wanafinywa kimishahara, wale ambao wanafinywa na kodi na taxes. Hawezi kukaribia kutangamana ama kuungana na hao wengine. Hiyo mambo ya kuchanganya maji masafi na machafu, huo ni uongo. Tumeona Photoshop kwenye internet, social media. Tumeona Photoshop inaoneshana Mheshimiwa Kalonzo yuko Mombasa, anakaribiana na huyo jamaa mwingine. Kalonzo yuko Malindi saa hii. As far as the social media is concerned, muna uongo huo. Kalonzo si huyu hapa. Mheshimiwa Kalonzo si huyu hapa in flesh. Alafu inasemekana sasa yeye yuko Mombasa, anangoja kukutana sijui na nani. Hapana, Kalonzo Musyoka anangoja kumpeleka huyo jamaa nyumbani. Sawa? Kuna uongo ati sasa anangojea leo jioni anaita press conference pale Tamarin. Leo anahutubia within the next 1 hour. Kalonzo Musyoka anahutubia press conference Tamarin. Tumeungana na fulani wa fulani. Tafadhali, kama unashindwa, unaogopa, unatetemeka, unasitasita, tafadhali jua wakati wako umewadia. You can create, na wakati wa propaganda umeanza officially kuanzia jana jioni. Watajaribu kumpaka matope lakini hawataweza, sababu anaetetewa na Kalonzo Musyoka. Nasi sisi ambao tulipiga no, tumesimama hapa na hao watu wako hapa, wale ambao tulisema na wananchi hawa wa Kenya ni werevu. Hata ukiweka social media uandike vitu fake pale, tutazikaunta na Wakenya pia watajua ni uongo. Hamta succeed kumpaka matofe. Na wacha tuambie live, Kalonzo Musyoka hakuna siku hatawahi kushikana na hao wengine ambao wanadhulumu wa Kenya. Never. Sawa? Hiyo mambo ya propaganda tafadhali wekeni kando. Tulikuwa tumeweka hivi vyetu ndani ya mkopo, tunangoja tuvingoe wakati unaostahili, lakini mmefanya. Tutaanza mimi nikiwa na wale wengine, Babu akiwa kando yangu, tutembea na yeye, wale ambao wanaamini Mkenya hastahili kudhulumiwa. Wacha kwa vile wameitisha, wacha tuwapatie for 30 seconds only. Naongeza hivi, wewe kama Mkenya utajipigia kura, wewe mwenyewe ujipigie kura ili payslip yako iwache kufinywa, ili wache kutaksiwa kinyume na sheria, ili uhakikishe kwamba tumepata serikali ambayo haidhulumu mwananchi, ili wache kupata mbolea fake kama mkulima, ili wanafunzi wetu wa university waweze kupata haki yao ya kimasomo, kama hivi vile huyu anaye na Wanyima anaitwa boom. Hao wote tumesoma na boom, warudishie wanafunzi wa university boom. Tengeza milengo masomo ya primary na secondary. Sababu ya wakati, mimi nachosema ni wakati ukiwadia tutawaitisha kura, lakini ukifanya makosa tutakosoa, ukidanganya Wakenya tutakuombea ukweli. Kwa hayo mengi, asante sana ndugu yangu Mheshimiwa Babu Owino, na kwa familia tunaendelea kusimama na nyinyi na tusimama na nyinyi mpaka mwisho. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa. Sasa I want to take this opportunity to welcome Senator Wambua. Huyu senator tulikuwa naye presidential campaign ya Azimio. Viatu vyetu vyote ambavyo tulikuwa tukitembea navyo viliisha kwa sababu ya kampeni ya Azimio. Huyu jamaa alikuwa anapiga ground sana, na nakumbuka tukifukuzwa na yeye kule Rift Valley, mawe ilitunyeshea kama mvua. Karibu bwana senator.
When peace like a river attended my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my Lord thou hast taught me to say, it is well, it is well with my soul, it is well with my soul, it is well, it is well with my soul. To the family, our friend, our brother Johnson Musyoka, I bring my condolences to you, the condolences of my family, and the condolences of the people of Gateway County. May the Lord our God comfort you as you go through these trying moments, mourning the passing on of your dad and the head of your family. Yangu pia alikuwa machache. Musyoka, may his spirit rest in God's eternal peace. In God's eternal peace. The pili, in the same spirit of just saying things as they are. Najua kuna wengine wamekuja na nimeshukuru kuomboleza na familia, nimesikia jina for the first time. Mama doing good. I've had a name, Mama doing good. Mama does good in season and out of season. Mama does not do good only when it is convenient to do good. That institution, because I've heard the patron is the First Lady of the Republic, I want to challenge you. We need to hear your voice on the abductions and the killings of Kenyan children. Tunataka tusikie sauti ya mama doing good. Alafu mnasema namna gani? Yeah, it cannot be that mama is doing good and yet our children are being abducted and killed and mama is silent. The third thing I want to say, we have teachers here. Hapa kuna walimu? Kuna walimu? Hata mimi pia ni mwalimu. My first degree is in education. And one of the things, the cardinal rules of education, teaching children, is first to instruct children in the truth. And secondly, to instruct them from the known to the unknown. A time has come that teachers, we must tell our children in schools the truth about the reality of our time and the reality of their country. Ule watu wanasema ati siasa ni ya watu wazima, watoto wasiingie na siasa. Because of doing those things and leading our children out of this, you see what is happening in our schools today. Problem of competition, where we are not even sure how much we are giving to students in our schools. Confusion within the CBC. Walimu, tuambie watoto ukweli ya kwamba they are living under an administration that does not care for them, because it doesn't. And when it starts to care about them, we will tell them the administration is caring about them. But leader, as I finish, Mheshimiwa Mawathe has alluded to too much propaganda going around in the country. When we were coming here, I was shown a tweet that alleges that yours truly, the senator of Kitui County, has issued a statement saying that His Excellency Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, because he's frustrated by his friends, he will go to work with Ruto for re-election in 2027. As a leader, I want to dissuade that vote and do it in your presence. That those people who are falling over themselves to join the Ruto administration for personal gain must leave the name of His Excellency Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka out of their mischief. Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, and I say this with his authority, that he will stand with the Kenyan people no matter what. That he will never, at any one given time, have a conversation with William Ruto on this administration that is an oppressor to the people of Kenya. That the only time that His Excellency Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka will have a meeting with Ruto, it will be after the 10th of August 2027, when Ruto is handing over the reins of power to Kalonzo Musyoka. That meeting will happen, and it will happen in public, and I will be there, and Wamala will be there. That meeting will happen. Lakini ingine, Bwana Ruto, Bwana, please, mind your business, choose your enemies, we'll choose our friends. To the family, poleni sana, and God bless you. I thank you.
Thank you so much. And now I want to send my condolences message to the family of Mr. Johnson Musyoka. I have a lot to say about Musyoka, and to Mrs. Musyoka, together with the immediate family and the extended family. May God grant you the strength, courage, and comfort to overcome this untimely demise of your dad, of your husband, of your uncle, of your friend. It is sad, but the Bible comforts us by saying in the book of Genesis 3:19 that unto dust we came, and unto dust we shall return. The question is, how will you return? What legacy will you have left behind? Something tangible, something like what Bwana Musyoka left behind. Bwana Musyoka has left a legacy of engineers in this country, a legacy of teachers, a legacy of doctors, a legacy of leaders. There is a member of parliament called Irene Mayaka. She'll be coming for the burial. She studied here under Bwana Musyoka. He's left a rich legacy that will be celebrated forever. The question is, as you are seated there, what will you be remembered for? And the Bible further comforts us in the book of Philippians 1:21 that for me, that is Apostle Paul was saying that for me to live to me to live is to Christ, and to die is gain. That if he was living, he lived for Christ, doing Christly things. And even if death came or comes, then he shall still join his Creator. The only difference between Mr. Musyoka and us is that he can never join us again, but we will eventually join him where he has gone to. The family is feeling lonely and so much pain the moment the crowds are gone. But constituents, you have to know that we are at war. And tukienda vita, if we go to war, I didn't know that was the last time Mr. Musyoka was bidding me goodbye. Very unfortunate. This is a man that personally, as Babu Owino, I loved him and I still love him from the bottom of my heart, because he did great things in this school, in this nation. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look around this school, you will see that so much development has taken place. Classrooms constructed, new classrooms constructed. I was dancing with Mr. Musyoka in November when I brought a new school bus here. I didn't know that was our last dance. But unto dust we came, and unto dust we shall return. If you look at this building, this is a new secondary school called Donholm Secondary School. When I wanted to construct this school, the first person I consulted was Mr. Musyoka. Mr. Musyoka has left us a beautiful secondary school together with the PMC, which was chaired by Mr. Washira. Mr. Musyoka was the secretary overseeing the construction of this school. And at least he's left a legacy. This school shall change the lives of our children for better. And I want to advise the NAT fraternity, the Secretary General, very vibrant person, very intelligent, very strong, that the teachers that you are seeing here, all these teachers are really suffering. These teachers, the money that they are paid is nothing. These teachers are living like birds. These teachers are really suffering. Am I lying? Head teachers, am I lying? Why am I saying so? Most of these teachers are paid salaries that cannot take care of their lives because of poor governance, and poor governance in this nation. These teachers, some are even paid 17,000, right? Yet, you train doctors. You should be paid more than doctors. Yet, you train actuaries and advocates like Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka together with Excellency Eugene Wamalo. You should be paid more than any other person in this nation. Parents leave you a great responsibility. From 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. You are a parent, you are a teacher. You also have children that are supposed to be taken care of. But you can't even afford school fees for your children. They are struggling. Therefore, the Secretary General that I know, leta maandamano ya walimu mshahara iongezwe. This is a man of means, me I know him. Kesho akipiga firimbi, hata mimi ni mwalimu chini ya maji nitawajoin. So that we can respect our teachers in this country. Next is about poor governance in this country. Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Kenyatta did not expect to be the president of this nation. Came from prison, was made the president. Former President Moi did not expect to be the president in this nation. Kibaki in 2002 did not expect to be the president. It was a surprise to him. Uhuru did not expect to be the president in this country. And Ruto did not expect to be the president in this country. Therefore, all those who've been presidents in this country have never expected. They might say, they might talk about so many things, but I know, personally I know your heart. We went with you to a war that you are not going to get anything. You are not given any position. You stuck with Azimio in 2013, in 2017, in 2022. Huyo ni mwanaume mwenye bado tunaweza betray kweli? Lazima tuwe na utu. Na kama Ruto venye Gachagua alisema, kama Ruto anapenda baba sana, then make hata president in 2027 kwa? Kama hakuna, hatutaki historia selfish interest and ambitions. Tushikeni Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka atupeleke Canaan. Sawa sivyo? Mimi nitasema as it is. Ikikufurahisha ni sawa, ukikasirika pia ni sawa. After all, I'm the best member of parliament in this country. So, let us be sober, because Kenyans are facing various challenges. Challenges of unemployment. The number of teachers who are unemployed are more than the number of teachers who are employed. Teachers cleared universities and colleges 15 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago. They have no jobs. They are going to retire before they even start working. Hiyo ni ungwana kweli, because of poor governance. We have challenges of overtaxation. Na hapa mbele kuna another finance bill inakuja. Si tutafanya tu the same thing? Kwa sababu if you do not do it, then we are all going to suffer. So watu wangu, I'll still come back, I'll talk to you, I'll give you my direction ya 2027. Mimi pia nitakuja na direction yangu kama Babu Owino. Watu watakaa kwa meza, kama hatuwezi kaa kwa hiyo meza itavunjwa. If you can't be on the table, break that. Asante sana, may God bless you. I want to take this opportunity to welcome Excellency Eugene Wamalwa, BAP party leader, mtu ambaye tulifanya naye kazi sana ya Azimio, lakini Mwenyezi Mungu alikuwa na mambo yake pia. Karibu sana Embakasi East. Asante.
Thank you very much, Mheshimiwa Babu Owino, the best member of parliament in the Republic of Kenya. Familia ya Musyoka, familia yake ya pili, the teaching fraternity, wakiwemo viongozi na members wa KEPSHA, wa KESHA, KNUT, KUPPET, TSC wakiwa hapa wote, wazazi na wanafunzi wa Donholm, waombolezaji wenzangu, tumsifu Yesu Kristo. Asanteni, najua mmechoka, tumekuwa hapa kwa muda mrefu, lakini nimekuja hapa kujiunga na wenzetu kusema pole kwa Mrs. Matheka na familia yake, na vile vile to the teaching fraternity kumpoteza your colleague. Na Bishop amesema hapa ya kwamba the words of the scriptures, to live or to die, we all belong to the Lord. Leo tukiwa hapa hatujui ni lini tutaondoka. Kuishi kwetu ama kufa kwetu ni uamuzi wake Mola. Na tukiwa hapa tukiomboleza, tukisema pole, yote tunamwachia na tunamwombea, tunaomba afariji familia hii. To the teaching fraternity, tunajua ya kwamba ingawa mnasindikiza mwenzenu, ametuacha wakati mgumu sana. Tumesikiza walimu wakiongea hapa, tumesikia sauti zenu, na tunajua ya kwamba mambo ambayo yanabadilisha ama yanaboresha maisha ni sera, policies, legislation that can either change to improve your lives or to worsen your lives. Na leo baada ya miaka mbili, na naamini tuko kwa mwaka wa 3 wa bottom up, ambayo ilikuwa the bottom up economic transformation agenda, better. This better plan was supposed to make your lives better. Nikiwauliza walimu wote mlio hapa, are your lives better? Are your lives better? Are they better or bitter? Your lives are bitter. It's because of the bad policies ambazo zimeletwa na mtu anaitwa Zakayo. The overtaxation of anyone aliye na payslip leo, na kilio kutoka kwa walimu, kwa wauguzi, hata polisi, hata wanajeshi. Mimi nimekuwa waziri wa ulinzi. I was the 10th Minister for Defense. Never in the history of our country have we gone to the extent of denying the men and women in uniform who fight for us, so that our borders may be safe and our nation may be safe, that we go to the extent of denying them lunch. Na tunawaambia pay as you eat. It has never happened in the history of our country. Na ukiangalia payslip ya kila mwalimu sasa, tunaambiwa ni karibu nusu inaenda kwa Zakayo na ingine inakuja payslip inakuja negative. Leo nataka niseme tukiwa hapa, the entire leadership of the teaching fraternity is here. I want us to stand together, because together we can change these policies. If we are able to change this regime, we can change the policies, the punitive policies and taxes that this regime has put. Kulikuwa na mambo matatu yalikuwa yamefanyika. Walikuwa wanauza JKIA, walikuwa wanauza Ketraco, na vile vile wakaleta mpango wa SHA, ama sijui inaitwa Shisha. Hiyo ndio kwanza, kuanzia November payslip yenu imegongwa 2.7%. tukaambiwa housing levy. Walimu wengi wamechukua loan, they are struggling to pay, wamejenga nyumba zao. Unaambiwa lazima ulipe hiyo housing levy, upende usipende. Tuliambiwa it's a saving by PS Hinga. Juzi waziri Alice Wahome amesema it is not a saving, si ati utarudishiwa ama utapewa nyumba. It is a tax, utalipa upende usipende. Lakini ukiangalia sana, na sisi tukiwa upinzani, we must tell you the truth. There is a reason why Bwana Ruto amesukuma sana mambo ya housing. Kwa upande mmoja ni biashara, simiti yote, chuma yote, mabati yote inayojenga hizi affordable housing, tuwajua kule zinatoka, and he has a vested interest in it. So ninyi mnalipa, mpende msipende, lakini pesa inaenda mfuko wa mtu fulani. Mliambiwa mtawekwa pesa mfukoni, hamukuambiwa ni mfuko wa nani? So today we know, as we say, ya kwamba it has happened. Tukiwa na Mheshimiwa Kalonzo na my colleagues in the opposition, we do not just oppose, na wabunge wetu wako hapa who said no to Finance Bill 2023, who said no to Finance Bill 2024. Wako hapa ambao tulipinga inside parliament, ili msikatwe ile ushuru mnakatwa hadi mnapata negative. Na sio tu bungeni, tulisimama nanyi. Tulienda kotini, Bwana Kalonzo nami ni mawakili. Tumekuwa kotini to challenge this. Tuisha ya kwamba we reverse these policies, and if we stand together, vile tulimshinda kotini kwa mambo ya JKIA na K-Truck, vile tutamshinda kwa mambo ya SHA, tusipomshinda, if we stand together and we remove this regime, I believe the incoming government ambayo iko hapa nanyi siku ya leo, executive order number 1 itakuwa kureverse hiyo mambo ya housing levy ili muweze kupumua tena. Executive order number 2 itakuwa ni kureverse mambo ya SHA ambayo watu wanafanya biashara wakimfinya through your payslip. Bwana Kalonzo wako hapa, atakuja waambie ile propaganda imeanza sasa. Ni kusema ya kwamba hakuna upinzani Kenya sababu watu wote wamejiunga na serikali ya Zakayo. Tukitoka hapa, nataka mtoke hapa mkijua wanaweza nunua wale presidential candidates wote Kenya, lakini huyu Bwana Kalonzo hawezi akanunuliwa. I know him. I know Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Wanaweza nunua all presidential candidates hapa Kenya, lakini yours truly Eugene Wamalwa na wakishia leo siwezi nunuliwa na Bwana Zakayo. Wanaweza nunua vyama vyote, na hii ndio target ya Bwana Zakayo, to weaken all political parties zije nyuma yake, so that there is no opposition akiongeza ushuru kwenu. Leo nataka niwaambie Wiper Democratic Party, na tumeona viongozi wao hapa wamesimama nanyi. I know even if they buy all political parties, they cannot buy Wiper, they cannot buy DAP-K. Tutasimama nanyi, na tunaomba ya kwamba tuweze kutembea pamoja. AI imeanza kutumika kama chombo cha propaganda sasa. Gen Z waliweka watu wengine kwenye jeneza. Wao sasa wameanza kutumia hiyo AI to discredit the opposition. Tunapoongea hivi sasa Donholm, Nairobi, kuna picha zinaonyesha Kalonzo Musyoka ako kule Mombasa na Zakayo. Kuna hata barua ya Wiper inayoalika wanahabari na wako hapa to a press conference at the Tamarind Hotel, ya kwamba sasa vile Bwana Zakayo amechukua nusu ya upinzani waingia serikali, huyu Bwana Kalonzo pia ako Mombasa, hapa anaingia serikali ya Zakayo. Watu wa Donholm, hapa ni Tamarind Mombasa, hapa ni Donholm Nairobi. Hapa ni Donholm Nairobi, ama ni Tamarind Mombasa? Tunasema shetani wa uongo afanye nini? Na Kasongo na Kaongo afanye nini? Sisi hatutaki kusema mengi, but we want to say we stand with you to ensure ya kwamba we win and we change this country for the better. Nataka nichukue nafasi hii sababu ya muda niweze kumleta Mheshimiwa Kalonzo Musyoka mwenyewe atuambie kama atasimama upande wa wananchi ama ataenda kusimama na Zakayo. Nataka aseme asiseme? Aje atangaze msimamo? Wacha mwenyewe aje sasa aweze kuwasalimu. Karibu Yesu.
Asanteni. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Kabla ya kuzungumza na kupeana rambirambi zangu, familia wameuliza kwa sababu mama anafanya na shirika ya Judiciary itself, and proper that we do it in a manner that is all inclusive of that. We do it in a manner that is all inclusive of that.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, and all other honorable members. Good afternoon. I stand here as a representative from the Judiciary, and kindly allow me to request all members from the Judiciary to just move here or stand up wherever you are so that we can be able to recognize you. We are here in threefold. We are here because Madam Ruth Chengo works with us. My name is Elizabeth Kalei. I'm Director, Head of Human Resource Management and Development at the Judiciary, and Mr. Ruth is my deputy. Mr. Musyoka, also after Ruth joined the Judiciary in 2019, coincidentally, he also joined the Judiciary as a tribunal member in the year 2021, and we have been so gracious to work with him. Yes, the Judiciary team just stand here. At the same time, Ben Musyoka, Ruth's son, also joined us as a member of staff, and we are very, very grateful for that opportunity. I'm representing the Honorable, the Chief Registrar of the Judiciary, and kindly just allow me read a small message from the Judiciary to Ruth and the family. This is a message from the Judiciary on the demise of your dear husband. For us, as we are colleagues, I know the whole of this team is coming from the Directorate of Human Resource Management and Development. We shall continue standing with you and praying with you and holding you and walking this journey with you. As a colleague, we have worked closely. We knew your family, and we shall continue praying for you. So, just briefly, this is the tribute by the Chief Registrar of the Judiciary, Honorable Wilfrida Mokaya, during the memorial service for the late Mr. Johnson Musyoka, today being February 26th. The family of our departed colleague, Mr. Johnson Musyoka, Madam Ruth Chengo and your family, chairpersons and members of tribunals who could be present here, of such an experienced member. To Madam Ruth Chengo and the children, we say, Pole, we have no better words to comfort you than the assurance we have in the words of God in Psalms 23:4. Though we walk through the darkest valley of death, we shall fear no evil, for you are with us, your rod and staff shall comfort us. Madam Ruth Chengo, hold on to God, let him be your solace at all times. May the words in Isaiah 14:10 comfort you and your children. Do not fear, for I'm with you. Do not be dismayed, I'm your God. I will strengthen you and uphold you with my righteous hand. May I now request all chairpersons with my righteous hand. May I now request all chairpersons and members, staff of the Judiciary, to just bow before Madam Ruth in honor of her dear husband, and we shall still continue holding you. Of her dear husband, and we shall still continue holding you. Thank you so much. Allow me, as I exit, to also just recognize that we have a team from the Kenyatta University who are Madam Ruth's college mates, and wherever they are, they can also just stand up and wave to us. Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
Good afternoon, everyone. God is good, and all the time. 1 Thessalonians 5:18 states that in all circumstances, good or bad, we should always thank God. And We from Jubilee Fraternity, we continue to encourage the family of the late Johnson Musyoka to always be grateful that God gave you Mr. Musyoka, and we appreciate that you were able to live with him in a good way, and God will keep blessing you. With me, I have two of my colleagues. I'm the chairman of Jubilation Welfare Group, where Georgina Mateka is our member and a senior staff at Jubilee. And we have with me Phyllis Shigami. She's also a committee member, and Ann Kimani, a committee member. We'll just read a tribute very fast so that we give His Honorable, His Excellency, Kalonzo Musyoka, the sixth, an opportunity to also address the teachers and everybody, including the family, who have found time to be with us today. So, today we gather with heavy hearts to stand in solidarity with our dear colleagues and friends, Georgina Madeka, as she mourns the tragic loss of her beloved father, Mr. Johnson Musyoka. On behalf of all Georgina's colleagues, I extend our deepest condolences to her, her family, and all who loved and cherished Mr. Musyoka. The sudden passing of a cherished parent, especially in circumstances as heartbreaking as road accident, leaves a void and that words cannot fully mend. We cannot begin to imagine the pain Georgina and her family are enduring, but we want to know that they are not alone in this moment of profound grief. We stand with them as a community, offering love, prayer, and unwavering support. Though many of us never had a privilege of meeting Mr. Musyoka in person, we feel we know him through the stories Georgina has shared with us after the fateful accident, and also over the years. She speaks and has always spoken of his kindness, his strength, and his dedication to his family, and work as a top-ranking teacher in Kenya. It is clear he was a man of great character, allowing Father a guiding light, a pillar of his teaching community. The values he instilled in Georgina, her resilience, her compassion, and her unwavering work ethic are a testament to the remarkable person he was. His legacy lives on in her, and for that we are grateful to Georgina and her family. In times like this, grief can feel overwhelming, but may you find solace in the memories you share, the love you poured into our lives, and the knowledge that His Spirit will forever remain with you. As your colleagues, we want you to know that we are here for you, not just today, but in the days and weeks to come. Lean on us whenever you need to. As a wise proverb reminds us, what the heart has once owned, it shall never lose. Mr. Musyoka's love, wisdom, laughter will continue to live on in lives he touched. Let us honor him by cherishing the time we have with our own loved ones, and by supporting one another through life's most difficult storms. Georgina, please know that our thoughts and prayers are with you and your family. May God grant you peace, strength, comfort during this unimaginable time. And this extends also to your family, your mom, your brother, Mr. Musyoka's grandson, and the in-laws. So thank you so much for giving this time. And we as Jubilee, we also urge His Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka to take care of Kenya once you are elected in 2027. You will be elected.
Thank you. So, fellow mourners, so Mama Mjane, Ruth, Mweni, watoto yako Georgina and Benson, the teaching fraternity. A lot has been said, so it's not my intention really to even attempt to paraphrase or further complicate a very difficult situation we find ourselves in following the passing on of Mwalimu Mazeka. Johnson did well. I saw some of his predecessors here, Banakaruga and others, and I'm actually very appreciative of the sermon that an executive member of KEPSHA gave on the fact that death is actually a gift. And the acting chair, you now recognize the wonderful work that your colleague did, not just in this school, but in the whole country, earning himself the distinction of a high head of state commendation. So, as we bid farewell to Johnson, it behoves us to really take note of where we are and who we are. I do not intend to use this forum, because a very sorrowful forum, to even attempt to reply to some of the concerns. But allow me, Mheshimiwa Babu Owino, to thank you, because you have done well as a member for this constituency, earning yourself a very cherished position of #1 constituency in the country. There are 290 of them by info track. It's a challenge, and I could see it when you are coming in. In fact, the elation did not come from this side, it came from the children. Imagine watoto wenyewe wanajua mjumbe wao amejaribu kuwasaidia. Please keep up the spirit and do not be discouraged in any way by the political shenanigans going on in the country. Last time I spoke to you, Babu, we know you were in Burkina Faso. And I asked you, what are you doing there? So you have been invited by the head of state of that country, who seems to be gaining a lot of mileage. A military ruler deal, but mindful of the people. Therefore, I urge you today, ndugu yangu mdogo Babu, always be on the side of the people. You can never be wrong. As I tell you that, I tell my other colleagues who have come with us here, and I thank you for finding the time and really saying nice things. But truth be told, the journey ahead is not easy. We are talking about ukombozi wa nchi ya Kenya. Ukombozi. And the challenge next round is not going to be a normal election. It will be about ukombozi wa nchi ya Kenya. I think Madam Ruth shared with me that your late husband was even thinking of continuing with a bit of political career, because being chair, national chair of KEPSHA, and you're talking about 46,000 headmasters and principals, that's a very political office. And I know that he would have wanted to continue even leading and using his servant leadership qualities to help his community back in Machakos and the country. Kwa hivyo, tusiwe basi, tujue yeye mwenyewe hayuko hapa, and I think the preacher made it very clear. What you have are the remains, wherever he is, and those remains will be laid to rest on Friday in Mwala constituency. Therefore, condolences to the bigger family, the family of Machakos County. I happen to know that they have done their best to make it easy for you by way of preparing the necessary approaches and whatever they can do. So you're not alone. You're not alone, Madam Ruth, and your children. The community is standing with you. Kwa upande mwingine, na nikamilishe tu kusema hayo, please do not be dismayed. AI and whatever, in fact AI is the way to go. And the Kenyan youth have died. They died, and I keep on saying June 25th, I call it J25, will be a year since we lost these young people. Remember the tear gassing, people of Nairobi, people of Embakasi, Babu, Owino, a lot of them came from here. And they went there, some of them young, very young, they had never tasted tear gas. Walipigwa tear gas, wakauawa. Those young Kenyans, even those who survived, are still traumatized. I would have expected this administration to think of cancelling services for young Kenyans, the Gen Zs, because they're still very angry, very, very angry. And that revolution they started is ongoing. In their own minds, in the minds of their parents, you cannot wish that away. And no amount of political posturing. I personally do not like the word politics, but you need to have leaders. I believe in leadership, and particularly servant leadership. But that is a challenge. Mwalimu Collins, our brother, the Secretary General of KNUT, I urge you to stand strong like Ambrose Adongo used to stand strong. And Eric Katumanga, are you still there? And Kina Eric Katumanga, when I was Minister for Education for 3.5 years, I knew what I was talking about, preparing the ground so that President Kibaki could declare free and compulsory primary education. Our education system now runs seriously compromised up to the very top. And we have a lot of work to do in trying to properly put our education back on track again. But I want you, Mheshimiwa Secretary General Collins, to be very bold, and say it as it is. Your teachers are hurting. Now, I gather that 100,000 of your members have applied for promotion this year. In fact, I'm told 25,000 are the only positions that are available for promotion, Mwalimu. We may apply nyinyi. Imagine out of 100,000, only 25,000. Yeah, in other words, kuna mwalimu hapa atapatikana na mtoto alimzaa akiwa more senior than yeye, the same grade. And so, a lot of injustice. Even the criteria used to promote teachers is opaque. And what the young Kenyans are saying, they want transparency. And yet many others remain jobless. And if you do not belong to Kenya Kwanza, in terms of where your loyalty is in parliament, utaona kwamba recruitment letters are dished out, yeah, to candidates at funerals like now. If I'm not wrong, we saw that. Wanapatiwa barua kaandikishe, wewe Mheshimiwa Babu Owino, kwenda kwa sababu wewe ni mwaminifu kwa Kenya Kwanza, kwenda andikisha watoto. You find teachers who have been unemployed since they qualified for the last 7, 8, 10 years being left behind, na mtu amekamilisha last year anapata kuajiriwa. Where is the justice? Mheshimiwa Collins, Secretary General, that's my challenge to you as we honor this distinguished teacher and administrator. And I'm so happy that he was able to narrow the gap between KNUT and the teaching administration. Because KNUT was really on his deathbed, as Senator Wambua said. But it took a person like Johnson to stand for what is truthful and what is just. So Kenyans, fellow Kenyans, this is a time for us to stand for what is true, what is just, what is fair, what is in the best interest of this country. Mambo mengine tutazungumza kesho na baadaye tukisonga mbele. We are ready for this challenge because we have a nation to salvage. It is really salvaging a whole nation. And now we have some of your friends, your own son is in the judiciary, Madam, you're in the judiciary yourself, and look at Georgina, a qualified actuary and she can only do what she's doing. I believe that I would want to follow these children and to see what can happen. You know, Mama Mrs. Ndabuki Ikola, a serious neck member of the party. And I think that looking at the colors here, I was tempted to think she had something to do with them. But I gather that Mwalimu himself was a key member of the party. We will have to make sure this nucleus family makes it. Wasonge mahali baba alifika na nyinyi msonge mbele. And don't be shy, we will stand with you to the best of our ability. And the judiciary will stand. I think it is wrong, absolutely wrong, for any leader to imagine you can state capture the National Assembly, state capture the judiciary as the executive. And yes, we know the liberties under our Constitution 2010. We will defend those liberties. And an independent judiciary is the most important of all those institutions. Because the other one, ndio watu wanang'ang'ania, watu wa Kenya kwanza na wale wengine, na sisi wengine tunang'ang'ania huko. But Kenyans must really know that whatever come rain or shine, we will be on the side of the Kenyan people. Mahali wengine tumefika sisi, we have seen it all. We have seen it all, literally, politically. Persecuted, tear gas, almost killed. We can't go backwards. We can't. It will therefore be to look forward with a lot of determination and courage, inspired also at this particular time by the very singular ability of our late brother Johnson. Therefore, may his soul rest in eternal peace. And we've been told what eternity is. Eternal peace. That's where it's gone, to be with his maker. Amen.
Check. And now I'll be upstanding for the vote of thanks. My name is Kennedy Cheva, the Kepsha National Treasurer. As your host today, I'd like to move a vote of thanks. And I want to uniquely begin by this statement that death, and this is not mine, death is not a full stop that ends the great sentence of life, but a comma that punctuates life to greater significance. So Musyoka lives. And I want therefore to begin in that spirit by thanking Musyoka's spirit for allowing us to congregate here because of the